Welcome back to Clark's Ring Rants. Let's get straight into today's video. So, Nigerian heavyweight contender Efe Ajagba drops, stops and halts former world champion Charles "I Walk This Earth Like a God" Martin in the fourth round on his Zuffa debut. Let's talk about the fight. Now, Efe Ajagba, he went to the Olympics in 2016. He's had an okay career since then. He's not set the world alight or anything. He's still yet to fight for a world title, but he's been plodding along. He's got some decent-ish wins. He should have got the win over Martin Bakole last time out, and he seemed to be on the verge of a title shot, but for one reason or another, the eliminators didn't happen. He turned that one down with Frank Sanchez. He pivoted in a different direction, and now he's here fighting on Zuffa. So it'll be interesting to see what he does, who they've got lined up for him next. These rumours of Andy Ruiz. That'll be a pretty decent fight. But this fight here was actually really entertaining. Charles Martin started well. He was quite bright. But the thing with Charles Martin, he's always been very hittable and he tends to freeze up once he's hit. So once Efe Ajagba got used to Charles Martin, maybe the southpaw stance just threw him off a little bit. He started to find a home for his punches and he backed Martin up to the ropes in the third round and he sort of threw this right hand, but the angle he threw it at, it went across his body. He connected with Charles Martin. Down went Martin very, very heavily. He managed to survive to the end of the round. He got through the third round. He came back out in the fourth round again. Efe Ajagba stuck it on him. Down he went again. Heavy. Legs were still wobbly. Efe Ajagba followed up with a barrage of punches, and that was all she wrote. Charles Martin stopped again. Efe Ajagba the winner. He moves on. It's a good win on his Zuffa debut. And it'd be interesting to see, like I say, who he fights next, because what I do like about Zuffa, I'll give them that. The matchmaking so far, it's been pretty spot on. A lot of their fights have been very, very entertaining, and this was another one of them. But the pool of heavyweights isn't great, so who are they going to throw up for Efe Ajagba next? The rumours are that they've signed 3 American heavyweights, including a former world champion. So, unless that's Deontay Wilder, who's signed in to fight Derek Chisora, it must be Andy Ruiz, and Lord knows who the other ones are. Maybe it's Jared Anderson or someone of that ilk. They're good fights for Efe Ajagba. They're competitive. Andy Ruiz has always been a good fighter. His career's maybe not panned out how it should have, but he'll still be pretty fresh at 36 just because he never fights. He fights like once every 2 years. So that'll be interesting if they can get Efe Ajagba in there with Andy Ruiz. It'd be a good next fight for him. It'd be good for Zuffa. Andy Ruiz is a name brand. They'd be able to promote it. They'd be able to market him. And it could be another scalp for Efe Ajagba, because we know Dana White stated all the fights are going to be in-house. So Efe Ajagba, who previously fought Martin Bakole last year on a Riyadh season card, he can rule those sorts of fights out now if he's signed in with Zuffa. It's going to be in-house. So what he's going to want is Zuffa to sign a few more heavyweights, give him a few more options. And listen, at the end of the day, Efe Ajagba is a bit cumbersome. He's a bit crude. Yeah, he's slow, but he can punch. He's got that amateur background. There's a lot worse fighters out there in the heavyweight division. If he hits you on the chin, you're going to know about it. And there are lots of fights in the heavyweight division I'd like to see him in. Granted, they're maybe not going to happen now he's signed with Zuffa, but he's an entertaining fighter and he's got the potential to be in some good fights. Does he have what it takes to win a world title? I'm not sure. Maybe if a belt became vacant and it fell into the right person's hands, he could. But that's probably not going to happen now anyway, because he's signed to Zuffa. So it's going to be in-house Zuffa fights for Efe Ajagba moving forward. Look, and listen, if he can stay active, if he can get paid well, he can get some good wins on his resume, maybe he could become the first Zuffa heavyweight world champion. Who am I to say that's the wrong career move for Efe Ajagba? But yeah, just to summarise, Efe Ajagba knocks out the Prince, Charles Martin, in the fourth round to win on his Zuffa debut, and now hopefully he moves on to even bigger and better fights in the future. But what did you think about this victory for Efe Ajagba? Were you concerned that he had a bit of trouble with Charles Martin early on in the fight, or did you always expect that to happen? And once he got to grips with him, he shone through, he hit him with those hard right hands, down went Martin, and Efe Ajagba took care of business. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Is Zuffa a good place for Efe Ajagba to develop his career? What does he do next? Who would you like to see him fight next? What do you think to the Andy Ruiz rumours? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, share and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.